It's time for this week's parting shots.
As of now, no black head coaches have been hired this NFL offseason. But maybe Raheem Morris has figured out how to get a job next go-round. Morris will be Sean McVay's defensive coordinator with the Rams next season. Working for McVay certainly helps folks get jobs. It got Zach Taylor, whose coaching career got started with his father-in-law hiring him and whose resume is still paltry, with the head coaching job in Cincinnati. Most recently, Brandon Staley coordinated the Rams defense for a season, his only year as an NFL coordinator, and at age 38, he now coaches the Chargers. Morris was named the head coach of the Buccaneers in 2009 when he was just 32. After 3 seasons, he was dismissed. In 2016, he became an offensive assistant as he figured that would make it easier to get back to the top. Now Morris is 44, and he hadn't gotten another head coaching interview until this offseason. 2 years ago, I would joke that McVay could fix the NFL's hiring problem by hiring all black coaches, since everyone in the league was hiring his guys. But in honesty, it takes a respected coach to make things happen. Bill Walsh's recommendations got black coaches hired. Same with Tony Dungy and, to a lesser degree, Bill Belichick. Maybe McVay or Kyle Shanahan will be next in that line. But someone has to do it. Owners won't listen to what's right. Maybe they'll listen to the only thing that's ever moved them a little bit. The word of somebody they deem worthy of their respect.
Cutting Olympic programs is the hottest trend of the COVID-19 college sports world. Notice, I didn't say non-revenue, I said Olympic, because contrary to popular belief, at least some sports called non-revenue earn money. One of the hardest hit sports has been swimming and diving, and Michigan State is the latest school to cut both its men's and women's teams, which has resulted in a lawsuit filed by 11 female student athletes against the school for further violation of Title IX rules. Michigan State AD Bill Beekman should be ashamed of himself. This is the only program the school is cutting, saying they need to save the roughly $2 million per year the sport reportedly costs. This on the heels of paying nearly $12 million in contracts to the football coaching staff hired last year. Along the way, Beekman, the plaintiffs believe, has provided factually incorrect information regarding the team's facilities, and he hasn't answered some of their simple questions regarding how this decision was made. Oh, and on top of all of this, the lawsuit filed alleged that Michigan State has been inflating scholarship counts in certain sports in order to have overall compliance with Title IX. Shame on you, Michigan State. No school is allowed to simply defy Title IX regulations. But the school, more known for Larry Nassar and the grotesque mistreatment of female student athletes than for anything they've accomplished on the field, court, or in the pools, should be particularly aware of the environment they are creating. This is a reminder of the toxic culture that existed in East Lansing and a staggering statement that it may still exist there.
In his memoir, Home Run, Henry Aaron wrote, "I was never really a spectacular player, but I might beat you with a home run one day and a good catch the next, with a stolen base or a strong throw." No, Aaron didn't astound, at least not the way Mantle and Mays and Clemente could. What was astounding, what was spectacular, was Aaron's consistency and his perseverance. But its greatness must be measured by more than all those home runs, hits, and runs batted in. The accrual of records is only part of the Henry Aaron story. What's more significant is the role he played in advancing the cause of equal rights, by dint of his excellence and grace and fortitude. It wasn't until Aaron was 13 that Jackie Robinson broke baseball's color line. And then, when Aaron was 40, barely a generation later, he would break the most hallowed record in sports, held by the most revered figure in sports, a white man. And Aaron would do so in the face of the most hateful racial invective, including death threats. But Henry Aaron never felt entirely comfortable being celebrated. He would also write, "I am in awe of the great home run hitters. The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King for one, Jackie Robinson for another. They were giants," he wrote. "They hit tape measure home runs. I just hit baseballs." Those words reflect Aaron's humility and perspective, but they're not exactly true. No one could reasonably argue that Hank Aaron just hit baseballs.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.